What the fuck is up with our obsession with how fucked up we are? This is Supreme Understanding, and this is a public service announcement. I'm gonna try to keep it brief, but I was thinking about how like every time I scroll down my Facebook feed, it's inevitable. I'm going to see at least 10 to 15 posts about how fucked up black people are. I don't see that shit from nobody else. I can't really say how fucked up we are because I don't see, like, I got Mexican friends on my Facebook, I got Puerto Rican friends, I got, you know what I mean, like I see occasional, you know what I mean, it's occasional. I see where it'd be like, man, it's some dumbass beaner shit, you know what I mean, like I see that every once in a while, you know, but it's overwhelmingly black people. Man, I look like there's how many white websites are there like Hot Ghetto Mess and all them other sites that talk about how fucked up black people are? There's what? People of Walmart, right? People of Walmart is not even about white people. It's just about the people that go to Walmart. Now, they, mind you, they fucked up. And you do get a chance to see some really fucked up white people, but that's one site. I think this might be like another site called like White Watch or something like that. Or I don't even know. Like, what? Like, I can't think of no others. But I can think of so many pages on Facebook, so many little websites like Hot Ghetto Mess and fucking Media Takeout and World Star Hip Hop and all kinds of shit like that. And not that that's all World Star Hip Hop and Media Takeout do, but I'll tell you something that the owner of World Star of Media Takeout said a while ago that made so much damn sense. Well, I didn't agree with it, but it made really business sense. He said Media Takeout started as a journalism site. It started as just like a regular news, like everything. It was aggregate for like a site, like a Huffington Post. That was the intention, rather, to like, you know, just do stories on whatever, and whatever was popular was what was they was gonna report on next. Well, it was the bullshit that got the most traffic, so they just said, let's keep on putting out this bullshit. You know, like the dude that owned that is he's an African, just and he doesn't have a commitment to the black nation and all that. Like, not saying that all Africans don't, but like he's coming from an outside experience, and so he's thinking, okay, profit. You know, what's going to make money? And we can't even put it on him being an African, because really, motherfuckers of all nationalities on that type of shit nowadays, thanks to, you know, fucking European influence. And don't get it twisted when I say that, because realistically, you know, you could look at examples of ancient history and 10,000 years ago when we was all living in huts and, you know, kicking it and partying every day and living good and eating fucking ripe melons and shit and, you know what I mean, dancing, you know. Motherfuckers wasn't concerned about profit and exploiting motherfuckers, and ain't no records of slavery from 10,000 BC. None. Ain't no records of fucking warfare. Like, there's records of conflict, don't get me twisted. But, like, warfare, genocide, all that? Nah. We all know when that came. Come on now, you gotta be a fucking fool to think that that shit is something that we've been doing since we've been on this planet. We've been beefing. We've been having little problems. That's human nature. But the thing is, see, when we see all this shit on our little internet feed or however it comes to us, we don't process it as human nature because we see it coming only from black people. Now, white people are seeing this and black people are seeing this. For white people, they just reinforce whatever notions they already have in their mind. Even with the ones that be trying to act like they ain't racist, they be the most racist ones. You know, they have it buried in their subconscious and they be trying to act like they don't have it. So they get them a black girl or something like that, have them a little fantasy or something. Notice that they'll only get them a little. Notice that white people that get with black people will only get with like a dark-skinned black person. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say only. You know what I mean? Most of the time. Just like, you know, black man get him a white woman. He ain't gonna get no woman with some dark hair and all that. I mean, not before Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian made that shit damn near halfway acceptable. You know what I mean? She ain't even white though. I mean, she kind of white. She like, you know, I don't know what they are, Armenian, but, you know. Anyway, but what they gonna get? White girl, blonde hair, blue eyes. You know, I be looking at that shit like, come on, man. How many blonde hair, blue eyed girls is there really on this planet? I know they dying, but come on now. You blue eyes too? You was really screening, huh? But she be 400 pounds missing 3 teeth, you know? But she got the motherfucking blue eyes. Anyway, that's a tangent. The hell was I talking about? Oh! yeah, what the hell is it with our obsession of just like, just what is this, self-hatred? What the fuck is wrong with us? Like, I ain't gonna front, when I was younger, like, that shit kind of fascinated me. Like, it was like funny, like, oh yeah, you know, the motherfucker, you know, got a helicopter on her head, that's her hairstyle, you know. Oh yeah, the dude, he done, you know, I don't know, he done robbed a liquor store with a fucking cactus for a disguise. He's stupid as hell. You know, dumbass shit like, okay, this some ignorant shit. Oh, they put the perm in the little baby's head. The baby's head is all fried up now. You know, I guess motherfuckers like, and to some extent can find that shit halfway comical. But I think there's another psychological dynamic going on where we want to disassociate ourselves from that ignorance that we think is really just the problem. Um, and we want to say, nah, we not fucked up like these people are. But these people are your cousins. These people are your aunties. Everybody got motherfuckers in their family that's on some wild shit. Everybody got a motherfucking uncle that's fucked up. And don't get it twisted, because I'm Indian. Like, if y'all ain't figured that out already, they're like, who's this motherfucker talking about black issues? You know, I grew up in the hood. That's basically my story. But Indian people got fucked up shit in their family too. You just don't know about it because we don't put that shit on websites. Man, I got fucking drunks and all kinds of shit in my family. You know, we got crazy motherfuckers that we lock in the motherfucking attic. Not me personally, I'm just saying this is the type of shit that happened. Motherfuckers be stealing and cheating and all kinds of shit. That shit is something you find in any fucking community, especially one that's been dominated by European oppression. Especially. We don't know who the fuck we are either. Think motherfucking Indians know who the fuck they are. No, they don't. They want to be white too. That's why I got with the gods, because I didn't want to be white. I couldn't identify with that shit. And then I learned my history. I learned that we really black. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. Now I know why they did that to us too. Because check out the history of the British. There goes another tangent. Anyway, what the hell am I talking about? Yeah, we seem like we hate ourselves. Like we really, like, there's just this thing inside of us that says, you know what, I don't want to be that. And I've seen Indian people do it, I've seen Mexican people do it, I've seen Puerto Ricans do it, but I've never seen it like I see it among black Americans. That shit is a trip. I don't get that shit. Like, I see motherfuckers, they gotta post the story about the woman that put the baby in the oven. What the fuck could we get from that? What could we do? We gonna start a nonprofit now for baby bacon women? Like, what the fuck? Why would you post that? Obviously, she's psychologically disturbed. Obviously, that's not a symptom of being a fucked up black person. That's a motherfucker that's crazy. But we don't want to get into why you crazy. We don't want to get into what the fuck happened. We don't want to get into why these kids is out here fucked up. We don't want to get into why motherfuckers is lesbians and shit at 8 years old. We don't want to get into all that shit. We just want to show, oh man, look at these 15-year-old boys. They out here wearing leopard print pants and shit, and they gay. You don't want to ask yourself why boys is having like real gender issues. You don't want to ask yourself why motherfuckers would put a baby in the oven. You don't want to ask yourself why fathers leave the home like they like. You don't want to, like, if you study the history of it, you'll understand how all this came to be. But it ain't no symptom of black people being fucked up. And this shit saddens me to think that there's so many people that think black people is just fucked. Because that's really only other conclusion you come to. Either we not really fucked up and they just put this bullshit out about us and they put it out in a disproportionate amount. That's one possibility. Or we not really fucked up, but we seem to like focusing on the fucked up parts of ourselves. Or we not really fucked up naturally, but white people have fucked us up all the way, but don't nobody want to go in that direction. Motherfuckers are scared to fuck in death of white people. Motherfuckers be scared to be around me because I say shit about white people. Man, fuck white people. It's not like I'm angry. Like, it's just that I don't have that fear of, like, calling a spade a spade. We have no problem with parading how ghetto and ignorant people of our own complexion are, but when you say anything about slavery, about motherfucking Jim Crow, about motherfucking continued oppression in 2012, when you talk about what they doing with the military, when you talk about the fact that it's white people, man, look at what we do. Motherfuckers say the Illuminati. What the fuck is that? Black rappers. What the fuck? You mean to tell me the people that control the globe and the people that you gonna focus on is fucking Kanye? The people that cause all these problems on the planet, and the one you chose to focus on was Kanye. The one you chose to focus on was Jay-Z. If they got anything to do with anything, they nothing but pawns. Why the fuck is you focused on the pawns on the chessboard? You scared to talk about the kings and the queens. You scared to talk about the ones that's really controlling the game. Admit it. David Banner said the same shit. I'm just echoing his statements. You ain't gonna name no white folks. You can't name a single Rothschild. You can't name a single person in the Bilderberg group. You can't name a single person that is involved in the Trilateral Commission. You can't name a single person that is involved in a dynasty that's held wealth since before slavery. You can't name none of them people, but you can tell me about what motherfucking Soldier Boy's tattoos? The fuck is wrong with you? That's what I'm saying. We are internally destructive. I'm doing this book on suicide right now, right? On black suicide, on suicide in the hip-hop generation. I won't just say black, because, you know, it happens really in the hood in general, but it's definitely a problem in the black community. And one thing that I've realized is, man, we are internally destructive. We externally destructive, we internally destructive, and it all lead to our destruction. It all lead to the destruction of the community. Now, I know you hear me switching between saying we and we and we. I've identified with the black community for so goddamn long. It ain't like I'm saying I'm African American, but I've been black since I knew the Indians was black. I've been black even before that, because the motherfucking hood told me I was black, you know what I mean? And I just never really left that behind. It's hard for me to, like, say this shit in a little PC way that regular people would definitely, will all follow along and be like, damn, why I keep saying black and we, you know? Like, it's hard for me to, like, really just censor the way I'm going to approach the topic, you know? And really regulate the way that I say it, because I always say we when I talk about original people. See, in the 5%, original people, that's black, brown, yellow, we all one, you know? That's what black mean in the 5%. Like, if you know the history of how all these different shades of people came to be, you know that the foundation is black. You know that we've just suffered different degrees of rape, basically. But I hate to keep explaining myself about that, but, you know, I am going to have people that just don't get it. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, yeah, man, what the hell is wrong with us? And I'm not saying, like, we really are, like, I ain't adding to it saying, like, oh, yeah, we fucked up because we think we fucked up. I'm just saying, like, we got to get away from this Willie Lynch, self-hating, you know, we need to read Amos Wilson or something, man. We need to read Bobby Wright, man. Them dudes was talking about this a long time ago. Carter G. Woodson was talking about this a long time ago. Like, this self-hatred is created by oppression. We want to disassociate from ourselves. Frantz Fanon said, talk about, you know, black skin and white mask, man. He talked about how, you know, you want to wear that mask where you want to seem acceptable. You want to be that acceptable Negro. You know what I mean? And you don't want to be that ignorant, wild motherfucker. But guess what? It was the wild, ignorant motherfuckers that helped push every major social change along, whether you know it or not. Man, if it wasn't for the Goonies, it wouldn't be no civil rights. Because Martin Luther King was like, look, man, you can either give me what I'm asking for, or these motherfuckers with the pistols is waiting for you. And that's what time it was. People don't know about Robert F. Williams and all them, though. You know? People don't know about the Mau Mau's, and people don't know a lot of things that we can talk about. And not saying that they was ignorant, but I'm saying, man, the streets push movements along. Mos Def just said something about that, man. He's like, it be the niggas it be the niggas that's poorest that be them urban gorillas. You know what I mean? Like, that be them rebel gorillas in that niggas is poorest video. You know? He's talking about it, so, you know, we should know that we need everybody. You know, the reason why the Viet Cong were able to beat back the U.S. military, one of the strongest militaries on the planet, is because they involved everybody. Everybody was in it. That's what I talk about in How to Hustle and Win Part 2, I think. Alright. I think I made my point. God damn, I think I talked for too damn long. Who gives a fuck? Alright, listen. What's my point? My point is, god damn, man, stop celebrating and parading around all these damn negative images of ourselves. That shit do not help us. That shit don't play no damn, like, it don't do nothing for nobody. You know the only people whose interest it serves? Think about it. Whose interest do that serve? I ain't saying you gotta post everything positive, but if you ain't helping, stop talking about the bullshit. Peace.